Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's going on out there, sports fans? What is going on out there? Trust that everybody has had a great week to this point. Some of you may be off tomorrow, which would be an awesome thing. But if not, you've got one more day, man, and the weekend is here. One more day and the weekend is here. SPF, how are you doing? Papa, good to have you this evening, man. As usual, we're going to give the peanut gallery a couple of minutes to wander in before we get going today, man. We've got an awesome panel of guests. Really been excited all week about speaking to these gentlemen. It should be a good one. Grumpus, how you doing, buddy? Ran into Grumpus at the Houston Livestock a couple of days ago, man, and it was great to be able to put a face with the name. Pretty cool dude. Mr. Bean, what's happening, baby? Terry, how are you doing this evening? Bobby's here bright and early. Usually Bobby hops in halfway through. Good to have you. Jorge, my man. Buzz, how are you doing, buddy? TPC. Man, the gang is moving in quickly. I'll tell you, man, I've been in recovery mode since we got home on Sunday. This old body isn't what it used to be. And that cold really takes something out of you. Chris, how are you doing? DJ, great to have you this evening, man. We got about another give or take 15 seconds, and I'm going to bring in these three awesome gentlemen. Awesome gentlemen. And I say that with all sincerity. These guys are awesome. I don't even think I need to do any introductions. I'll quickly let them give you a little bit about themselves, man. And in no particular order.
Oh boy.
Yeah, in no particular order, man. We've got, like I said, three awesome dudes. Gentlemen, real quick, just in case somebody in the chat might not know who you guys are. Let's start from my top right, Daddy Dutch. Just real quick introductions, man.
All right. If you don't know me, as CJ said, I am Daddy Dutch Barbecue. I am from Northwest Iowa, who took up residency in Houston, Texas for 5 days last week. Thanks to the gentleman below me, my friend Uncle Steve, and of course my other friend out there, Johnny. Thanks for having us on, CJ. I really appreciate it, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us for a little bit. And right below Double D, that's what I call him, Double D. Right below Double D is my main man, Steve. What's up, Steve?
I'm Uncle Steve of Uncle Steve Shake. I'm a shake master, a mad scientist in my own mind. If I can think about how it tastes, I can make it. And I feel lucky. You have no idea how lucky I feel to be in one of these four squares. It is just an amazing night for me to be around these guys. I told CJ, I said, I'm going to bring my trophy. This was for the 1982 hot dog eating contest that I was in. And I told him, I said, if I won that big trophy like you, I'd put it right in front and I'd do my show like this. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody have any questions? I sure didn't. And I'd go back and forth just like it. But I'm so honored to be here. I can't even explain. I told my kids to shut up and go in the other room.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you for stopping in, Steve, and hanging out with us for a little bit. And to Steve's right, we've got my man, Chef Johnny. What's happening, Chef Johnny? Welcome.
CJ, great to be here. It's an honor. It was wonderful to see you up on stage over in Houston. I tell you what, that was exciting. I know for us, so it had to be pretty tremendous for you, but I am Chef Johnny. I'm a YouTuber, and I have a little channel called Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. I am a certified chef. I'm a trained chef, so I know how to do the fancy stuff. But where I like to live is in the backyard, burning logs and cooking a lot of barbecue. And it was great to shake everybody's hand. Kent and Uncle Steve, we met about a year ago when Kent came down and the show got canceled over in Houston, or the cook-off. So they came over to my house. CJ and I go back, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I guess we cooked off against each other. Well, I was still on the cook-off circuit before I opened my barbecue stand. But anyways, great to be on here with these 3 wonderful guys. And I bet you we're going to have a fantastic conversation this evening.
That is the plan. And folks out there, man, maybe a month or so prior to the Houston Livestock show, I found out that these gentlemen were going to be in Houston. And at that very moment, I knew that I wanted to spend a little bit of time with them. It's a massive location. I mean, that site is ridiculous large. It'll probably take you an entire week to hit every last one of those camps and spend a little time there. So I wasn't sure how much time we'd get to spend. But I one thing I did know is that I was looking forward to it. And I don't really want this to be about Mom and Papa Joe's and the stage and all that stuff, man. I just want to get to know about you guys, how you ended up there. Steve, I was impressed to hear that your camp, Lonesome Dove, I don't know if that's always been the name, but tell the folks out there how long you guys have been in operation at that event.
We've been competing on and on. Well, I'll say on and off. We've been competing now almost 25 to 30 years when I got in, and they had been doing a little bit before. And we've changed names a couple times, but it's always been the same group of people. And we have been lucky. We've changed cooking teams a few times here and there because I love cooking teams, but until they're friends with you, until they have a little commitment to it, they get comfortable after 3 or 4 years. This team that we have right now, moving a few parts around here and there, the main guys have been with us now 5, 6, 7 years. They're related to different members of the other members of the team. They're in there with us, so they're going to be with us from now on. But we've been doing it forever. And you talk about the spaces and the teams out there. You take a walk, and it used to be there may only be 250 to 250, 300 teams, but you were granted passes per how many spaces you had as per entries. So let's say one of my buddies down there runs, I just blanked out on it. Well, let's say Jack Daniel's booth down there. They probably take up 4 or 5 spaces.
Right.
So they used to be able to do 4 or 5 entries. That got too much. So from what I'm understanding, they cut it down to entries per team. So like with our team, we had, just like yours, we had entries in brisket, chicken, ribs, and it cuts down. So I want to say there was 250.
Yes.
Now I've gone over the score sheets, and because I want to look to see. I had about 8 or 10 teams out there that were using some of my stuff in different capacities that they would tell me about, and I'd go around and check them. So I had to see where they were, but there were about 250 competing teams. So, I don't know, let's say if you were outstanding enough to get on the stage and win the, the reserve grand champion, your stuff went up against 250 other people. Now, that's not just, that's not your whole thing. That's per bite, per slice. And that's one of the things that in the judging the contests like this that are so big, you're relying on that bite that comes out. So it can't be just a little bit of your stuff that's good. It has to be the entire thing. You can't take a chance on just having one or two of your pieces you turn in being good. So anyway, we've been out there about 30 years, and we've hit the stage 3 or 4 times. We felt real lucky to be on there. It's a great group of people, that I was with, and man, I was glad that you came on over there, found you a seat back in the back with the guys, and just kind of hung out. Both Robert and Brian, I think you might know Robert, CJ. Yeah. And coming back there, it's just, I feel like we have the best of everything. We have a big booth. We have a 3-space booth, and we've grown from 1 to 3. The numbers that we can get in there are bigger. The bar gets longer. The food, we have more and more food. The space, but the guys stay the same, and it's great getting it because it's like it's a booth where everybody kind of knows everybody, but yet everybody new that comes in within 5 minutes, they know everybody. We're best friends. So I love seeing you come on in there with us and enjoy. But that's our spot on there. We've been out there 25. I've been out there 25 to 30 years. Every year, 3 nights in a row. We used to do a Wednesday night. This year was bitterly cold. It's a tundra. Yeah. And I know people talk about, Daddy Dutch was walking around trying to show his guns off in a T-shirt for a while. It's a wet, nasty cold. Yeah. But, once you get inside the booth and you get in the tent and you have a little Jack and a little more Jack and whatever that gold bottle was that you pulled out that was amazing, that we were lucky enough to celebrate your win with, that'll warm you up. And then, man, it's just everybody's friends. Yes, everybody is friends. Sir. And sometimes people a little more friends. It was a friendly place long Saturday night about 11 o'clock. So I enjoyed it. And
absolutely, man. Double D, you're from Iowa. How did you end up in Houston?
I met the gentleman right below me here on screen about 3 years ago. I've been using his rubs, and I had a hell of a year. Ended up last year at one finish out of the top 5 all year. So basically what we have up here is like Lone Star or Outlaw. I'm not doing full KCPS. I am going to be doing a couple this year, but as I still call it, the pig powder or pig shake as it's known now has done very, very well up here. And I've gotten to know Steve over the last 3 years, and he invited us down last year. And like he said, even though it was canceled, we came down anyway and saw parts of Texas that I'd never seen before. So, yeah.
Folks, let me tell you, it was impressive. Double D is about 6'14", all right? And that's height, all right? And he's like a Paul Bunyan. And then, every time I've got my skull cap on, I've got my jacket on, and it's buttoned, zipped up, hands in my pocket. Double D comes waltzing in a T-shirt, short sleeve T-shirt at that, and Crocs. I was trying to see if he had socks on those inside. Yeah, exactly.
Not just any Crocs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wear my Crocs with socks. All right. I'm not sure if he had socks on. And this wasn't just for a minute. This was each day. So that might give us an idea what living in Iowa this time of the year might be like. If your body can get that acclimatized to where a Texas cold is absolutely nothing. That's thoroughly impressive. Very impressive, man. I was blown away. So what I want to really get at, man, is just real. Once again, thank you guys for the hospitality, man. You showed Tom and I. Tom is busy prepping tonight. He's got a competition this weekend. So he may or may not come on later.
CJ, Tom was in the chat a few minutes ago.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
I said hi to him and then put stupid beer on there.
Tom has a special box coming to him in about a week.
Awesome. So I will tell you, prior to contest day, the hospitality was top notch, man, and Saturday night after the contest, I kind of felt a little bit like a celebrity, man. The way you and the others treated us, and we really, really appreciate that. And I'm here to tell you, physically, mentally, man, I was pretty much drained.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I might not have been a party animal or anything on Saturday night. What I really wanted to do is what I did back there on y'all's back porch, so to speak. Sit down by a fire, man, with a beer or a Crown and Coke and a cigar, and just relax for about a good hour and a half. And that's what I did, man. You guys had some awesome people back there that chatted up. We were listening to music from across the other side of the aisle, and that was just absolutely perfect. Folks, I'm here to tell you, usually, well, I'm not going to say usually, but a lot of times, man, when you go somewhere and they're cooking to feed the masses, the food is average. You know, because they're cooking in such large quantities, they get tired, and maybe they don't care as much, or they're not putting as much detail into their cooking. I'm here to tell you that each and every time we stopped in that tent, man, and there was food available, the food was absolutely delicious. I don't know who you guys got back there, Steve, but man, congrats to him. That was some awesome eats. Yeah, that was some awesome eats. And I don't want to forget this. I got to try Double D's famous what do you call them, Double D?
Jalapeno popper sandwich.
All right, popper sandwich. Explain to the folks once again for those who may not know what that is.
You know, it's kind of embarrassing. It is so simple. It's not funny. Basically, what I did the other night, I had French loaf that was sliced about 3/8 to a half-inch thick. And you take a bowl of softened cream cheese, you brown up sausage, you put a little Uncle Steve's smoke bomb in there, and then dice up your jalapenos, mix that all together. Put it in between two pieces of that French loaf, you know, so you got finger food, tailgate food. Wrap it with bacon, cook it off on the Blackstone till the bacon's the way you like it. And the nice thing is about on that Blackstone, when that bacon starts rendering, that soaks up into that bread a little bit, and you almost get like an Indian fry bread. And you just pick it up and walk around and eat. It's tailgate food.
2 bites. That's what it took for me. And it's a shame I only got one because I had to give my second one to stupid beer. All right. But Double D, is there a video on your channel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, there is. It's called Jalapeno Popper 2.0.
You need to go watch this video and then give that a shot. It's going to be absolutely worth it. It's going to be absolutely worth it. All right, Chef Johnny, welcome back. Hey, real quick, we're just talking about how we ended up in Houston. You're from Texas.
Right. Born and raised right here in South Texas, about 25 miles south of San Antonio. Sorry, I disappeared for a minute, but the police came by, so I had to. Night before last, our operations was broke into, and somebody cut the catalytic converter off of every vehicle the district owned. Wow. So we're kind of in shutdown mode. There's no Suburbans, there's no work trucks. I think they said $15,000 to $20,000. Well, they came driving by. One of the gates over here was open, and they saw my truck, so they came in to see what was going on and talked to me, and I walked over there with them, and we got the gate shut up that somebody left open earlier.
Okay.
That's to make a long story longer.
You're in the classroom, right?
I'm in my classroom out at the farm. You know, when you live out in the country, the internet is awful. So when I'm going to go live with somebody, I stay at school and use the school's internet. So I just did my classroom, did some lesson plans, and did things like that. But yeah, I'm from here in Texas. Cooked all my life, and got to know these guys. Uncle Steve, we got to know him through Papa, Texas. Papa was the first one that bought some Uncle Steve shake. And he called me and he goes, "Hey, if I send you a bottle of this, will you do a video?" He says, "This stuff is great." And I think he had got hold of Steve. And so this led to that. Kent and I had been friends for, gosh, I don't know. How many years you been on now, Kent? 4 or 5 years?
4 or 5 years, Chef.
Through YouTube. He got on early on the hot seat, and that's where we kind of got to meet him at. And we've hung out and visited and talked. And I know you've got on there with some hangouts with the CJ.
Yes, sir.
So through knowing these guys is how I wound up in Houston. Steve invited us up last year, and we, everything got canceled down. So when it happened this year, Kent says, "We're doing it again. And if I drive from Iowa to Texas, you'd better drive 3 hours to Houston." So I didn't have much of a choice but to show up in Houston. And boy, am I glad I did. Had a great time hanging out at Steve's booth.
Yes, sir.
A lot of good YouTubers there, a lot of good cooks there. Got to visit with. Ran over and saw chicken fried. Bill and I actually have cooked off together. When he first got into it, and I wasn't doing it much anymore, him and I went to a cook-off together, and me and Chicken Fried teamed up for a pretty good showing one day. And War Pig sponsors my channel a lot. So I had never met them in person. So I gave them a call, ran over there, went inside their tent for a while and hung out and shook their hand. But, it's kind of the power of YouTube, like Uncle Steve took off. Janelle and Dennis, right, with War Pig. They were before they were in HEBs, and all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, who's this Uncle Johnny guy? Who's this Chef Johnny guy? People keep calling in and ordering product." They said Chef Johnny sent them. They didn't have any idea who I was or where I was. And anyways, finally I got in contact with them, and they keep me supplied in some of the War Pig products, which I like really good. I use their ham grenade on my ribs. Oh yeah. And that my competition rib video is on my channel, but I've won quite a few rib cook-offs using their products. And so I went over and shook their hands because I'd never met them before.
Yeah.
And so Libby and I ran by there, and then of course we ran over to Pitmaker and visited with those guys because I've got 2 barbecue vaults on my barbecue trailer that I have. So we went over and visited with those guys. Ran into Tim Milligan and Jackie. Had to say hi to them over there. Got on Robert Sierra. Got to talk to Robert a little bit. Got to visit with you a little bit. Tony Vela, who I've been friends with for a while, was up from. I was like, "How's Laredo?" He goes, "I don't know. I moved to San Antonio."
Yep, he's in San Antonio now. Yeah.
So he's a good guy that I've known for a while through barbecue. So and it was kind of a homecoming in Houston to get to see all these people and again, like you said a while ago, put faces to the names. Shake some hands. I think, the first time CJ and I cooked off against each other was probably in Shirts. We cooked right next to each other at Shirts Fest. I mean, it had to be 7, 8, 9 years ago, probably.
One of my favorite events. Yeah.
I always liked cooking that. We enjoyed it. Me and you knew Pappy G and the guys on my team over there. So I had a good group of guys that I was cooking with, my cousin Fernando. And we were able to cook at Hobo Fest, I think, against you a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, that's kind of what we did. And when we started the barbecue stand, I didn't have time to cook off anymore. So, now it's mainly that. And every once in a while, I'll get a little cook off now and then and do it. But I'm my son's taking over that barbecue stand more and more. So as he does that, I'm going to start seeing if I can make it some cook offs again. But Houston was wonderful, and I kind of through connections with all these guys, got over there, and Steve put on a great party. We ate very good, a lot of brisket, we had brisket, we had sausage, we had ribs, the side dishes were great. Everybody took good care of us, and if you've never been to Houston, man, show up for the party. It's a heck of unlike San Antonio, is not the big party that Houston is.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. Well, man, real quick, just let me go into cook-off recap mode. This is Mama's and I's second time, man, cooking the Houston Livestock Rodeo show. And we were a automatic entry because of winning the 2 San Antonio rodeos. And I'm here to tell you, we won our first San Antonio in 2015, and we went to Houston in 2016. And the weeks prior to the Houston event in 2016, we were on quite a hot streak of cook-offs. So I came into Houston really feeling good. Really wanting to do well. This is one of those bucket list cook-offs, and I really, really wanted to do well. And in the midst of all that, I get caught up with the adrenaline and everything come cook day, and I really, really just totally forgot about one of the tenets of which I teach, which I talk about barbecue to my students, is don't overdo things. Don't try to do too much. Just cook what you normally cook. I'm here to tell you that first Houston Livestock, I overdid everything, and it was just unconscious. And it wasn't until the back end, after all those meats were turned in, that as I sat down and I looked back, I was adding a little bit of extra of everything to every process. And ultimately, it was hot garbage that I turned in. It was hot garbage, and I could tell by the minute I tasted something, and even knowing that you didn't turn in your best, you're still hoping. You're still hoping. And the way they did the finalists at that point was they would come by one category at a time. And on Champions Row at that time, we probably had 6 of us. Ernest Cervantes, Burnt Beans, Tuffy Stone, Darwin, Iowa Smoky D's, and a couple of others, and we're stretched out in the line. The group will come with the finalist banners. They're hooping and hollering, and everybody steps outside their trailer. Everybody's excited, and man, the first one was chicken, and they came and they walked past our trailer to somebody else, and it's like a knife in the chest,
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, all right, we got ribs, all right, and same thing, they come back again, ribs, walk past you, go to somebody else, and then brisket, it was such a feeling, man. I'd never felt like, and I've been to plenty of cook-offs prior to that where you get nothing, and it's not that big a deal. But this one really cut deep. This one really cut deep. And so, like I said earlier, when I sat down and just started thinking things over my head, I was like, man, you screwed the pooch on that one. Nobody to blame but yourself. And over the years, man, I've told that story, and I always mention in the end that if we ever got a chance to cook Houston again, it's going to be a different story, that I am going to be happy with my end results, even if we didn't make that stage, because I was going to cook Papa Joe's stuff. I was not going to try to do too much. I was going to cook what we normally cook. And man, so we get to this past week. We get there on Wednesday, just to make sure we were settled in. Had a nice little party on Thursday. Relaxed and recovered. got meats prepped on Friday. Had some beautiful meats, man. I had one of the prettiest briskets I've ever had. And there's a story to that brisket. The boxes in Houston are quite a bit smaller. The turning trays are quite a bit smaller than what we're accustomed to. So I was very cognizant of trimming my brisket probably an inch to an inch and a half skinnier, less wide than I normally do, so it'll fit in that box nicely from end to end. I have never had a brisket that spread in width so much. As that brisket was cooking and it started to spread in width, I kept thinking, all right, maybe in the foil, it will relax and shrink back, but it absolutely did not. And I knew right off even before slicing, I knew I was going to have to block the ends of those brisket, which I have not done that in 4, 5, 6 years. I just knew I ended up cutting off almost an inch from each side. But nevertheless, it was a stellar brisket. So we turn in chicken, we taste it, and we're happy with it. We turn in rib, taste it, we're happy with it. Same thing with brisket. And even though you're happy with it, man, we all know about that crapshoot at events, at just about any event. You can cook your best at your camp, and then you'll need a little bit of luck on those judging tables. Hopefully, the people that happen to judge your meat find it appealing. And fortunately, we get to awards. Our Daddy Dutch, you just so happen to come by, I don't know, 2 minutes before the finalist banners show up. And you knock on the trailer door, man, and I step outside, and there they are, and they're standing there with 4 finalist banners. And dude, and you're trying to appear, cool, calm, and collected, but inside, you're churning, man. At least I was, I was churning. And they call, I believe, Brad for brisket, and
the team next to Porky Butts, wasn't that?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And then there was another call for ribs. Was that Reagan's camp? I can't remember who it was.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. And the second gentleman was holding two finalist banners, and I'm there like, man, just please let one of these be mine. Just let one of them be mine, please. And boom, he called out San Antonio Rodeo winner Clarence Joseph. And at that point, no lie, my weekend had been made.
Mm-hmm.
I felt so redeemed from 2016, man. I felt so redeemed from 2016 that at that point they could have canceled the rest of the events and we could have packed up and went home because I had pretty much done what we set out to do. I wanted to make that stage. And then the final banner is in hand, and he calls out ribs, and he looks away and then looks back at me and says, San Antonio winner, Clarence Joseph. And dude, Daddy D, you got the video, I believe, and I lost it a little bit at that point.
Your excitement on that first finalist call for chicken, you did about 3 good claps. You walked over and you grabbed that banner. I didn't even have to look at you, and I could see the smile on your face.
Yeah.
But then when they went through and they announced you as a rib finalist, I thought I was going to have to catch you when you came back down. You jumped so damn high.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was real cool to see. Pure raw emotion.
Yeah, that is it. I mean, it hurt so bad in 2016, man. That was just redemption, man. A bit of a load, cleanse my system, man, and and I never paid much attention to, what it took to win this event. I don't cook it enough. This is only the second time, so I've never really paid attention to results and who did what they had when they won. But as we start moving around the 4 awards, people are saying, "Man, two finalists. You've got a very good chance of winning." And at that point, I really started looking and thinking. I said, "Wow, if that brisket," and we really, really loved our brisket, we thought they had a great chance to be a top 10. I looked back and I told Tom, I said, "Man, I don't think our brisket is going to be very far off. All right, we're not a finalist brisket, but it's not going to be very far off from that top 20." And I said that could be the difference, and we get to the stage. I am not. I guess the way they do their awards, man, it leaves you in suspense a little too long. We pretty much know where we are in the middle of the awards. They only call it the top 3.
That confused me.
Yeah.
That big a competition, and you got them guys on stage, and you're only calling top 3. I think that's something they should change.
Yeah.
Because
I'll make a note of that. I'll go talk to him about that tomorrow.
I didn't like it.
Hey, CJ, I promised my good buddy Left that I would pop in on him tonight just for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I wanted to tell you, for anybody watching and anybody who has family and anybody who has friends or strangers you stop on the street, CJ is exactly the way he is in person as he is sitting right there in that chair. I've never met, well, I have, but there's a bunch of them in the barbecue group, more genuine, caring, friendly. I feel like I've known him 20 years, and I may have been on a friendly talking base with him now a month or two. And I just want to tell you, and I told you I made a little toast with whatever that was we drank.
Hey, that was an XO, Kvassier.
Yeah.
XO.
Well, you didn't get lucky. Everything that you pulled out of Houston was well-deserved, well-earned, well worked for. You did it, like you said, the way you do it. And I want to congratulate you. I'm going to pop out. I will see you, if not before then, I will see you next year with all these guys there too, plus hopefully a bunch more.
Man, awesome, man. Much appreciated, Steve.
You are outstanding. And I'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Take care, Steve.
And piggybacking on what Steve said there, from what anybody watching at home, this is the same guy you're going to meet on screen right here, and that goes for both these guys on screen and Uncle Steve. I mean, Uncle Steve is generous to a fault. Let me put it that way.
Yes, sir.
And I can honestly say, out of everybody that I've met so far on YouTube, I think the only one I've been disappointed with was that damn guy from New England, that Greg DeGiorgio. Actually, no, Greg's a good guy. I had a lot of fun with him.
I don't know if is DeGiorgio in here listening. I don't know if he is or not. But
you know what?
I need a hat.
Yeah. Hey, God, that's what I forgot to say. If you bump into Uncle Steve, he should have an extra hat. I left my barbecue broker hat in the back of his Expedition.
So Greg brought us some of us caps down there to have, and I got my barbecue broker cap, and I wore it home on the trip home on a Sunday. I wore it to school Monday. I wore it to school Tuesday. Wednesday, I picked it up, put it on my head, and I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to wear my Cosmos cap today. So actually, I grabbed this cap. I set his down on my nightstand. And that day, my son's dog went and pulled that barbecue broker hat down got on top of my bed, and the son of a gun chewed up my hat on top of my bed. So to say the least, I wasn't really impressed with that dog when I got to the house yesterday. And I'm like, if he would have chewed up a Cosmos hat, I could have bought another one. But those barbecue broker hats, there was only a few of them, and I was the lucky one to get one. But now I've got one that's been chewed on.
Chef, I laughed at that when you sent me that picture today.
I'm glad you thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Well, hey, CJ, I just want to point one thing out. You were not the only one to win something while I was in Texas.
What? All right.
We had on Thursday, we had our chili cook-off at the shop.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Your trophy's I'll say your trophy's a little more impressive than this $2.99 plexiglass thing. But this makes 4 years straight.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Awesome. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you, man, that this was just absolutely made the weekend. This is a bucket list trophy. I call it Bow-Legged Luke. From the first time I saw one of them, I knew that that we wanted one of them. And they're not going to be easy to get because, man, unless you're very fortunate and you are already a participant, already own a spot at Houston, those spots are hard to come by. Those spots are hard to come by. The waiting list is over 10 years old. Mm-hmm. If you happen to go cook for somebody and work out a deal where you get the keep the trophy, more power to you. But I don't know if that's going to happen, man. A lot of times you make a deal. Okay, you the owner of the team keeps the money. I get the trophy, or vice versa. There's no money involved here. So if I've got a tent and you're cooking for me, I'm going to want to keep the trophy. So this is not something that is easy to come by. So this is definitely a bucket list type trophy as far as we're concerned. So like I said, man, it really cleansed my mind of that 2016 stench, and a lot of you guys support and everything else went into making this happen. We absolutely appreciate you guys.
And a ton of very, very good cooks that you outclassed.
Oh man, and that is always a plus too, man. When you get to compete against some of the best, and on a particular day you're able to outdo them to a degree. And it's just awesome the way that swaps around, man. One day you eat the bear, the other day the bear eats you. So I keep reminding folks, you cannot afford to get too high when you do well, nor can you get too low when you don't, man. Keep that even keel and enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy meeting new folks. That is what this hobby is all about. That is what this hobby is all about.
And good people. Good people all the way around. Man. Yeah. I can say there's very few people that I have met at a cook-off or at a barbecue class or, just barbecue people in general that aren't good people. Now, there are some that's total jerks out there, but overall, there's good people, there. You were talking about don't get too low. I can remember at Hobo Fest, we were there, me and Pappy and Fernando and Sho and E and all of us, and we turned everything. That was the first cook-off I did not walk in.
Okay.
I went into a state of depression. My wife was like, would you get over it? It was only a cook-off. But I was like, well, we didn't walk. What's the deal? We didn't walk. I think you might have even won that one that year. I know you did.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I used to own Hobo Fest, but I used to own Hobo Fest.
So, anyways, I was like, for 2 weeks, I was moping around, and my wife was like, get over it. Would you get over it? But anyways,
Over here.
you know, it's fun up there in Kirby at Hobo Fest, and the people are good people.
yeah.
Even the guy that just jumped in here, he's a pretty good guy.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
That's my boy. That's my boy.
He ain't all bad, is he?
Oh yeah. Hey, but before we leave that Hobo Fest topic, what was so fun? What was so fun about Hobo Fest for me is at that time I was teaching at Kirby Middle School. I was teaching U.S. history, and during downtime, during breaks, I would pull out little videos and show my kids, trophies and other things that Mom and Papa Joe were doing. And I remember our first Hobo Fest, I had spoken so much trash. I had talked so much trash to my students that I was going to win it. I was going to kick butt, blah, 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 blah. That when that weekend came, man, I honestly felt the pressure because middle school kids can be brutal.
That's
so
right.
After all this trash I talked, if I wasn't able to back it up, I know my students were going to kill me. And man, we went there and we GC'd it. And for the next 3 years or so, we had maybe another GC and a reserve, but we were always right there at every Hobo Fest. And my students got to see that Mom and Papa Joe, we were the real deal at that point. Hey, Tom, welcome, baby. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, doing good, guys.
Good to see you, Tom.
Prepping. What's up? What's going on, guys? Double D.
Man, all is well.
No, I've been listening to the show all night long. I just finished prepping pork, ribs, and chicken, 2 of each, and I still got my brisket to do. But I said, let me hop in here for a while, for a few minutes, and say what's up to you guys, man. And glad to see you guys, man. Finally meet you guys for the first time. I miss Uncle Steve, man. But I'll catch him later.
Hey, just man, publicly, I've done it a million times privately. I just want to thank you guys, man, for you, Tom, for really, really coming through this weekend. We utilized Tom's trailer, man, kept us warm, kept me fresh, so that I can get some additional sack time. Tom was there with his, and I tell people, man, the minute, give me 10, 20, half an hour of being around smoke, my taste buds kind of go a little numb, man. And I'm not what I used to be, but Tom was right there tasting things. The injection, this need a little more salt. And man, the results speak for themselves. So he absolutely played a role in that, man. He's not much of a dishwasher because I wash most of the dishes. So I'm here to tell you, if you're gonna be looking for somebody to help you with dishes, do not call that dude right there.
How you doing, Tom?
This guy's I'm doing well, man. Doing well, chilling, man. Drinking. And then if you don't know this guy, man, this guy is so OCD. He's dude. He uses his spatula 2 seconds later. He's already cleaning it, man. I was trying. To get there, man. But this dude is something else, man. So that's why I trust him, in the trailer and stuff like that, because I know that dude is gonna clean it up. Hey, that Double D. I know you mentioned something about a chili cook-off or something, and me and CJ have a little inside talk about chili cooker. Now that I know, man, you do look like a chili cooker, man.
Hey, he's built like a chili cook, but he moves well. All right, he moves well. So yeah, he's got years to go before he becomes an official chili cook. All right, and our little joke is that, man, most of the time when these chili cooks, they're dragging, like they've been ridden hard and put away wet. So you're not the chili cook that we see. You must be an Iowa chili cook. You're not a Texas chili cook.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me get this out.
Here come the trophies.
If I cook it in this, does this make it?
That's awesome. You gotta be good. You gotta be good, man. When you cook chili on those Dutch ovens, man, they're hard to cook.
Well, I had a little help on learning how to make a little Texas chili on a camp oven like that from this guy Scott Chandler from Florida. No comment, Chef?
I really thought you were going to go this really good friend of mine down here. But you pulled the guy out of Florida that pours beans in his chili, which makes no sense at all. But
Chef and Scott did a chili collab quite a few years ago, and Chef's got a can of beans, and he's cooking in a camp oven. If I remember right, you had it hanging over the open fire because you shot the video outside, and he's got this big can of pinto beans. And Chef's got it, and he's like, "You didn't really think I was going to add this, did you?"
Hey,
we had done a collab, and so we both cooked chili. And he goes, "Hey, I'm going to send you my video, and you use it, and I'm going to use your video, and so we kind of did it's a collaboration. Like I had to see, we went back and forth. So I would cook a little bit, and then I would flip to his video and cook a little bit. And he dumped a big old pot of beans in with his chili, and I acted like I was going to it. I stopped right before they went in the pot, and I looked at the camera and I went, "You didn't think I was going to pour them beans in that chili, did you?" Got some pretty good comments out of it, and it was pretty funny, But he's a good guy. He's got a channel that's about 120,000 people now. He does really good on YouTube. Okay. He's a good Dutch oven cook. Very good.
Wow.
Okay, since we have all these chili experts, I got to read this comment from Big Dip Kevin at T Squared Barbecue. Said, "I just got second in chili cook-off, but lost to white chicken chili. First of all, that's chicken soup with beans." He goes, "Didn't even cook the damn thing.
Chicken chili.
Put the chilies on the side. How does that count? That doesn't. That is chicken soup with beans. That's bean and chicken soup is what that is. I argue with people all the time.
Well, that's what I tell everybody. I tell my guys, that's not chili when you pour beans in there. That's chili with beans.
No.
I said it's called chili con carne. It ain't chili con friole.
Dude, I am not a fan of chili with beans. I'm not much of a chili cook. I love chili, and I don't have a problem opening a can, throwing some onions, some cheese in there, and call it a night. I've never ever thought about making my own, but I can see if I was ever going to make my own chili, man, I want chunk meat. I'm not a fan of ground anything. I love a chili with some chunk meat, and that would be a part of my chili.
See, and that's how I cheat. I use a pound of ground beef in there, but you're not going to find it by the time I'm done. But the chunk meat I put in there is brisket that I smoked.
I can see that. Hey, real quick, Mama just reminded me, folks out there, our first class this year is coming up, and man, what an appropriate time. Coming up April 15th and 16th at the Texas Barbecue Depot in New Braunfels. It's a 2-day class. We start about 6 p.m. Friday and then about 10 p.m. And then we come back Saturday morning at 7 and finish all of the cooking from about 7 until give or take with questions and answer till about 4 p.m. We serve you an awesome dinner on Friday and a solid breakfast Saturday morning. The class is so informative, both visually, verbally, contextually. I mean, the alumni of this class, since we started giving it in 2015, are going on 500 grand in reserve grand championship. So I'm here. I'm going to toot my own horn, but this class is absolutely legit. If you're out there listening and you're interested and you're still on the fence, call a friend or two. I guarantee you they're going to tell you the same thing.
That's all I've heard is well worth your time and your money
Oh,
to
absolutely.
go take CJ's class.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody go, "Ooh, it wasn't worth it."
Yeah, absolutely.
CJ, you're going to run me out of vacation time if I got to fly back.
Dude, that would be an awesome weekend, man.
Oh, I'd love it. Hey, Tom, one thing I wanted before you popped out there, I wanted to tell you, you know why you never got to do any dishes with CJ?
Why is that?
Because Miss Alicia has him trained well.
I know.
That is one thing.
Hey,
That is the one thing I missed from the weekend is when I met you, CJ. I wanted to meet Alicia also.
Yeah, Mama had things to do outside of that rain and cold, man.
Oh, I bet she did.
Things to do. Yeah, but we ever get the opportunity again, she'll be there.
I plan on being down next year, so.
But even if we're not cooking, I think I can definitely see us hanging out. You know, it's one of those things. If you're not going to be in a specific tent, it's not worth much just being a spectator walking around. You know, if you've got a tent or two that you can go hang out in, I can definitely see it. But even if we're not cooking, we'll probably be there next year as spectators hanging out, somebody's guest. Yeah, it's well worth it.
I'm pretty sure I know one tent you and Tom and Alicia will be able to get in next year.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Brisket Medic said that's what kicks his tail. He can't stop touching or messing with it. He's got to trust the process, man. It's the absolute truth, man.
Yeah, it is.
You got to know what you're doing and trust it.
Yep.
It will work out. Yeah.
And you know, I'll tell you one thing too is, and we haven't done a whole lot of competition talk in here, and I think you'll probably agree with this too, guys, is that people that jump changing too quick.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a good recipe, run that recipe. Don't go, you know, oh, it didn't hit this time. Let me change it next time. You know, is get that recipe and run it. And if you know it's good, keep running it because it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's gonna hit. Don't think it didn't hit. I better change it. Some people do that and they make that mistake quite often. But yeah, trust your recipe. Do it out there. And if it doesn't do it consistently for a while, then make the changes to make it better.
I tell people all the time, man, a good recipe is a good recipe is a good recipe. It's going to be a good recipe 10 years from today. The only thing you might have to do is adjust things a little bit to changes that happen along the way. But there's absolutely no reason to recreate the wheel. But you've got a lot of cooks, man, who panic at the slightest period of poor results. You know,
changes the whole process.
Yeah, they're making wholesale changes. And man, that really have you chasing your tail. If you go 7-8 cook-offs, man, and you're really enjoying what you're turning in, and you're just not getting those, you're not getting any calls, then 7 or 8 cook-offs, then it's time to start tweaking things. And if you're going to be tweaking things, you want to make sure you're tweaking one thing at a time. You can't tweak 3, 4, 5 things because then you don't know which one of those things made the difference. And what a lot of people don't realize, as part of tweaking, it can be as simply as removing something or lessening something. You know, when we talk tweaking, people always think about adding. People always think about adding. No, sometimes you need to back off a little. And man, this is where that home practicing comes into play.
But the only thing now, practicing back in the day, you can practice on the $36 brisket, you know.
Yeah.
And dude, now you got to tweak it at a competition. And that's what sucks now. But back in the day, man, $36 brisket, you know, And I'm talking about a $36 choice brisket.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
9 pound, 9
Yeah.
pounder, 10.
No doubt.
And you can, cook at home on a Sunday and do your thing. And that's what I would do, and just send the rest, to the wives to work. Because putting all that injection stuff, you don't want to do too much. But yeah, back in the day, man, you could 2-3 years ago, you could practice at home. Now, if you're practicing on brisket, man,
Brisket, yeah.
Yeah, you got money.
Yeah.
I sent a message, Chef. When was it about the hat? Was that yesterday or today? I don't remember.
Today.
I actually went to the Iowa version of HEB, which is called Hy-Vee.
All right.
And they had choice and prime brisket laying there. Well, there were some of their primes they mislabeled with the price tag as choice. So I got a 15 and a half and an 18 pound prime for $3.99 a pound.
Okay. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I just found a couple more practice brisket.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you guys saw the video we dropped yesterday. And I went all out for give or take 10 days before the Houston Rodeo. I really wanted to just tighten things up a little bit. So I felt I really needed to do a full practice. And if I'm going to do at this stage, if I'm going to do a full practice like that, why not get a video out of it? And man, I really, really solidified some things on my recipes that translated very well in Houston. So I think that video was a success as well as the overall cook at Houston. So very happy that I made that move, and it worked out. It absolutely worked out. Right now, everybody's enjoying that video. If you haven't yet had a chance to go look at that competition video, it's a pretty solid one. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I give you all the competition secrets. But if you're paying attention, man, you should be able to walk away from that video with a couple of 3, 4, 5 nice tidbits of knowledge that you can incorporate into your cooking.
And
I want my money back.
CJ, I left you the comment, and you can tell the old teacher coming out in you, just the way you explain things, your method, you go through it. And I've seen it with Chef too.
Yeah.
But earlier you were talking about having to block your brisket because it just kept spreading on you.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me in Shaler last year, and it was a full 9-inch turn-in box. And I think at Houston you have an 8-inch tapered box.
Oh man. Yeah.
And mine spread out. I mean, I'm used to them sucking up a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I had a full 9-inch box and had to trim mine 3/4 inch on each side. It just, it never, especially I was cooking on a drum a little, hotter and faster.
Yeah.
Not on my offset. And that damn thing never plumped like a hot and fast brisket.
Yeah, this one went like this instead of like this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was plenty. The flat ended up being 2.5 inches, 3 inches tall, but it ended up being 11 inches wide. It's like, oh, this ain't gonna work.
And again, man, Tom really chimed in. It hasn't happened to me in many years, and I remember the last time it happened, I blocked after slicing, and that is what I remembered. And Tom came up with that. He said, "Hey, how about blocking before you slice?" And I was like, "Boom! I'm so glad I thought of that." And
even slices straight.
Yeah. So, so it was Tom's idea, man. And I knocked off a good inch on each side, and it fit that box beautifully, man. It was absolutely beautiful.
Hey, see, I just got the face, man. I'm not really.
Yeah. Dude, I tell people all the time, you're not as dumb as you look, man. You are.
There's
You know,
a little something in there.
Yeah.
if I had $1 for every time I heard that saying, I could afford a case of A9 Wagyu Australian brisket. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Dude, Trump had asked, what are you injecting with? What good? People are injecting with crazy stuff, monster drink and chicken and pork. Wow. Man, dude, you try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm not going to sit here and give our injection away in public. Anybody that want to see those injections, they can come to that class. 15th and
Can I
16th.
get a virtual class?
Yeah. Hey, I've got it on video as well.
No, I mean your actual class in April. Can I get a video feed for that?
Hey,
a private video? I mean,
you
I'll
know
pay
what?
the money.
Our last class, I absolutely captured a couple of 3-4 hours on video, and they are stashed away in my YouTube section as private. And at some point, man, when I figure out this whole YouTube thing with the membership and the perks, and I'm gonna make things like those available. I've just got to figure it out. I need to hire a consultant, man, that can walk me through all the perks of YouTube as you gain membership. But we're also going to capture quite a bit more, man, at this class in August.
Look what
Look
what you just got, CJ.
Wow. Uncle Steve, man, that is absolutely too much, man. Uncle Steve is, man.
I told you the man's generous.
But you like him even better now, don't you, CJ?
Dude, that is awesome. Much appreciated, Uncle Steve. Much appreciated.
What is he doing?
Wow.
Tom, you probably can't see it, but you know what? Lives, you can get a super chat.
Yeah. It doesn't get more super than that. Yeah, it doesn't.
Uncle
get
Steve
more
just threw Alicia a $100 bill.
Much appreciated, Uncle Steve.
Oh, okay,
dude. That should get me a couple of brisket videos, Uncle Steve style. Yeah, my man. Hey, but like Trumpet, yeah. Keep your injection simple, man. What I tell people all the time is after you make your injection should taste like something you would like to sit down on a cold evening with a cup of that injection and just sip on it. You know, like a pho. Just a good a nice tasty injection.
Hearty beef soup.
There you go. But you start overpowering these with some of these products. It can quickly get out of line. So keep it simple. Yeah, keep it simple. All right, let's see what we've got. Darnell, Starving Pig. There, I guess I got to move to Texas and start learning. I appreciate that, D. I appreciate it. Folks, if you haven't yet hit that like button, man, give us that thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate these gentlemen. If you haven't checked out Chef Johnny's channel or Double D's channel, you absolutely need to. If you're not using Uncle Steve's products, your soul's lacking. Your barbecue's lacking.
I can't wait to try mine, man.
That has to be in your toolbox at this point. It has to be in your toolbox at this point. Trumpet, I don't care what Trumpet says. If it ain't turkey salad, I'm not going to enjoy it. I can enjoy some turkey salad, but regular turkey as we know it, not going to happen. Yeah. I'm well past my hour, man. I'm going to go through this chat, make sure I didn't miss anybody, anything. T-Squared, we so appreciate it, man. And, dude, I would really love to be able to go from tent to tent, and meet everybody. But with that weather in Houston, once you got inside, man, in a nice warm tent, you wanted to chill out, relax, sit down, instead of running around on the street. So we really didn't do a whole lot of moving around. I think Tom, Thursday, we walked around a little bit, but that was about it. That place is massive.
Yeah.
I think we
were about a couple of hours at the Warrens, but we were in the back.
Yeah.
Man, some parties were lit. They were almost touching each other. I was like, oh man, that's too many people in there.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I am not a COVID. I don't have a COVID phobia, but some of these tents that we walked past, they were so shoulder to shoulder that man, you had to be a little bit.
It's not probably about COVID. It's you're not gonna be comfortable, man.
Yeah, it won't be comfortable.
What it does, hey, if they had it, you probably had it too.
Yeah, exactly. If you and I are gonna be talking, man, let's give ourselves 2 feet. I don't need to be. Your lips fogging up my glasses. That's a little too close.
I will say one thing.
Or licking your snot.
Yeah.
If there were 2 people at the rodeo on Saturday night that were COVID positive, you would have an outbreak.
Oh
right
man,
now.
you absolutely would.
As packed as just Steve's tent, Dennis's, Fong's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if one person that had it walked into them 3 tents, there'd be 5,000 people right now that were COVID positive.
Yeah,
I mean,
I bet. Yeah,
it was like living in a sardine can.
And I tell you what, now we visited War Pig over there, and we were with y'all. Ran over to Pitmaker, and I didn't go in their tent, kind of talk to them all outside, but there were people walking around, and when you saw when they lift up their wrist, they would have armbands.
Yeah,
they've been to some parties. they had them down both arms.
Yeah, they were collecting them.
Yeah, I mean, they had, I don't know if a bunch of people gave them armbands, if they bought them all, but I tell you, there were some people went to a lot of parties.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
Their liver was hurting.
Dude, they were ambulances picking people up, man.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they were ambulances picking people up. So some people had way too much. I saw upchuck on the sides of tents and whatnot. Folks, when you party to that point, man, that's not a party anymore. You're suffering.
Yeah. No.
A party is, having a few libations, enjoying it, not drinking until you don't remember anything.
Absolutely.
And according to my wife on Sunday, she goes, "Did you have fun last night?" I said, "I had a blast." She said, "I could tell." She goes, "I thought I was going to have to roll you into the elevator." I said, "Well, that damn bus ride home." I said, "It did me in." She goes, "I don't think it was a bus ride." I said, "What do you want to know from last night? I'll tell you everything that happened."
I heard they had to fish a lady out of one of y'all porta potties.
Yeah.
He actually fell in.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, Uncle Steve will probably be able to tell us. Yeah, they had to fish her out of the porta potty. I'm like, wow.
That's a rough night.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
I would have handed her a 10-foot pole and pulled her out, but I don't know about fishing her out.
Yeah. Some old girl came by and I forgot what was going on, but she grabbed hold of me and got to talking, and my wife was like, "Let me tell you what, she's lucky she's drunk, or I'd have snatched that red head up." I gave her a pass because she wasn't smart enough to walk off.
Jeff, Miss Libby's got to know you're just so damn irresistible.
That's what it is.
So
it's just that darling smile I got. The girl, she wanted to run her fingers through my locks here. Is what it was.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, yeah. That's asking for trouble. Hey, El Barrio, man. It was this weekend was just awesome, man. I stopped in a number of camps, man, and I'm glad that I happen to catch you guys. Don't be a stranger, man. I tell people all the time, or people will tell me after the fact, man, I saw you and I didn't want to say anything to you. I'm like, man, who the hell do you think I am? Tom Cruise or somebody? I said, man, holler at me anytime. As long, even in my camp, as long as I'm not in the middle of something, man, I will stop, entertain, answer questions. Dude, I am regular Joe, man. I am regular
I remember
Joe.
Rodeo
Yeah.
Cookers. He came by. I think you were.
Yeah.
He was there either right before or right after you got your finalist banner.
Oh, was he?
CJ,
Okay.
'cause I made a
Dude,
comment.
I don't remember
about it.
much after finalists.
No, I made a comment about it, and he was like, dude, I just missed you because I was there.
Yeah. After finalists,
So-
I might as well have been hanging out with Snoop Dogg because I was done. Yeah. Yeah,
dude,
I
two
was
black and
done,
miles.
man.
He had 2 black and miles at one time.
Yeah. Dude. TPC, that's correct. Hey, I did dude, I got so many hugs, TPC. The bed was twisted. My little I was sporting my Traeger winter cap. The little label was twisted in different shots, man. But dude, it was just absolutely awesome, man. It was absolutely awesome. Sleeper, I had the trophy already out and about, man. I just don't want to put it back right there, but here it is, man. Bow-legged Luke right there. Look at them bow legs. Look at them bow legs. Bow-legged Luke.
And you know when they called you for reserve, I saw you walk on that stage and you were doing that big old clap.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the same reaction when you got that second finalist banner.
Dude, I'm on that stage, and of course they would only let the head cook. So even if Mama was there, they wouldn't have let Mama on the stage, just the head cook. And I can understand why they do that for space.
Yeah.
Because you've got 30 plus
You got 30
guys.
people there.
Yeah, you've got 30 people, and then probably another 20 of the organizers and everybody else. So I can understand why that is. But yeah, that would have been
Actually,
that
it's
would have been
39.
the icing on the cake, man, to have Mama there.
Yeah. And when,
39 because it had 3 jackpots.
Yeah, jackpots as well. Oh, no doubt. Yeah. So yeah, that
And
stage
actually-
could get correct.
me and my wife were standing with Chef Johnny and Miss Libby. And when they called you reserve, the first person I congratulated was this guy wearing a stupid beer hat and holding up your banner because he was like 6 feet to my left, and that was Tom.
Yeah. And dude, hey, when they started ushering head cooks backstage, Tom was standing behind me, and as they pulled me forward, I reached my hand behind me and I grabbed Tom's jacket and pulled him in behind me, and the guard pretty much just karate chopped my hand. Yeah, just pretty much karate chopped my hand, and that was all she wrote. So
Well, I tell you what, we were there.
A tear in my eye.
Yeah.
Hey, we were there, and some of them guys, when they got a call, they were going nuts and hooping and hollering and dancing and running around. And one thing I told CJ was, or I told Dutch was I said, hey, I said, when you get a call, don't act like it's the first one you ever got, and you're never gonna get another one. And that was just an old football coach I knew. And one time, one of his boys went into a dance in the end zone, and he pulled him to the side. He says, hey, we want people to think this is regular. We don't want them to think like we ain't ever done it before.
Act like you've been there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And and when Chef told me that, it immediately went back to this old NFL running back by the name of Barry Sanders. Whenever he scored a touchdown, he took that ball, he jogged over, handed it to the ref, jogged to the bench. You never saw that man celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little fist bump. That was
Hey,
it.
you told us that story that night. Yeah.
You know, and
Hey,
it's act like you've been there.
Yeah, Double D. You see, that's the stupid bear man that is always just picking at you every time you try to.
I'm not picking. I like the story, dude.
Yeah.
See, I blame it on.
Time, that's why I hate him.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with the story. I like it. This guy, don't. I see what
Buzz. I am just, and Mama will tell you, even here at the house, man, clean as you go. That's why when Mama's cooking at home, she's the head cook. Dude, I stay out the way because Mama can let stuff build up, and man, I can't function.
You and my wife would get along good together, CJ.
Yeah,
y'all would. She's like that. I'll be cooking something, and I'll sit a spoon down, and I'll go to do something. I come back, reach for my spoon, and I'm like, she done washed it, dried it, and stuck it back in the drawer. And I'm like, baby, you're going to wash that spoon 10 times tonight if you keep doing that. She gripes about me not cleaning good, and I said, but sweetheart, you got to realize, at least I cook. There's some men in the house that they don't cook or clean either one. At least I cook.
Yeah. Man, oh man. All right, let's see. Oh man, am I that far behind? We talked about Chillin.
Yeah, you are. You're about 30 to 40 minutes behind in the chat, brother.
Hey, I'm just enjoying listening to you guys, man.
Smoking Joe's in there now. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll put a comment. Hey, Daddy, I put a comment on this dude, and he'll respond next Thursday. Yeah.
Shut up.
That dude still in the comments from the rib cook last week.
Yeah. Hey, T squared. Yes, there's pork in the class. And if I knew how to get the flyer up in this chat right now, I'd do that, but I don't know, so I'm not going to screw anything up. But the flyer is available, man, on Instagram. It's available on in the community section on Mom and Papa Joe's YouTube, Facebook, Mom and Papa Joe Facebook. The flyer is out there.
Pork sucks. I hate it.
Oh, no doubt.
Dude, I went to my H-E-B today, and they're on sale right now. $2.39 a pound.
That's here's one thing I found funny. $2.39 a pound is our inflated rate up here.
Oh,
I got Prairie Fresh pork butts sitting in my freezer right now that I get for 99 cents a pound.
God, that's cheap.
Okay. But
wow.
Okay, my prime brisket up here, which they're prime. I gotta work out a deal with one of y'all because I'm gonna ship down pork and you're gonna ship me up brisket because I went to that HEB with Papa Texas and it's $9.99 for baby backs, $8.99 for
you saw
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm paying $2.99 a pound up here for ribs, tops.
Hey, no, you know what?
Are those St. Louis or are they full?
I can get fulls for $2.19 a pound.
Okay.
And I believe somebody up here cooks Smithfield.
Yes, I'm a Smithfield man. Hey, let me tell you a story. I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, man. One of my boys hit me up. They really hurting for ribs, whatnot. They got a comp coming. I've got, and at the time I was not having a problem finding ribs. I'm one of those. If I go to the store, man, and I find 10 competition racks quality.
You talk about me.
All right. If I find 10 quality racks, I'm getting them all 10. I'll walk around with all 10. So I've got a stash of ribs. One of my boys hit me up looking for ribs. And I said, man, I got you covered. I give him 2 racks. He said, man, what are you gonna charge? I said, man, no charge. I said, just get me a 6-pack of beer. All right. I said, those are Prairie Fresh. This buddy of mine, so he goes to get me a 6-pack of beer at the store, and he goes to the store looking for Prairie Fresh beer. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I told him the ribs were Prairie Fresh, so he goes to the store looking for Prairie Fresh beer.
Hey, I never heard of that, Prairie Fresh.
There you go, right there.
Dude,
There you
I
go.
was
There.
Oh, okay, well, that was me, by the way.
Yeah. Yes, that was stupid beer. Yeah,
I don't know
that
if you can
was
see
stupid
this.
beer.
These are $2.97 a pound.
Yeah.
St. Louis cut, but
Yeah.
you got to trim them down more to a true St. Louis cut.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, my man Talk Texan is right here. And folks, if you watch my video, man, if you watch my video, you heard me mention Talk Texan. Still a huge part of what Mom and Papa Joe do in competition. All right, still a huge part. And if you notice in our videos, man, I try not to make our videos an infomercial of any sort. I try to keep any product placement or product announcements to a minimum. I want people to enjoy the videos for what they are, a transfer of information. So I don't spend a whole lot of time on products, but I do let people know, hey, this is what I'm using, boom, and I move on. Talk Texan has been a part of Mom and Papa Joe's. Man, we're talking 8, 9, 10 years. Hit them up. They've got awesome products. They've got awesome products. I will tell you that.
Yes, sir.
They play a role in Houston. All right, folks, I'm on here almost a half an hour longer than usual, man, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of this chat. I've got some awesome guests. Man, hey, Trumpet is anti-competition. All right, Trumpet is anti-competition. Yes, Trumpet, we know you don't inject. I don't believe in that. Plus, it's bad.
But we don't do that at home, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, we don't inject at home either, Trumpet. If you're gonna come on the comp circuit, not injecting is like playing football against a league full of players on steroids, and you're not on steroids.
Amen.
That's the only way I can put it. That's the only way I can put it.
Well, it's like coming to a gunfight and not even having a knife, but having
There
a
you
nail.
go. Exactly. So, Trumpet, don't compare injecting to home barbecue. Do not compare injecting to home barbecue.
Hey, you know what's funny is sometimes I have half a brisket. You know, if I'm at a cook-off, I'm not gonna eat any more. Sometimes I don't even taste it. I don't even, at a cook-off. So I'll bring half of it home, and my wife takes it to work, man, and everybody goes crazy about it. I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
man,
they love. Oh, they absolutely do. Yeah,
they
absolutely do.
I mean, dude, if I eat 2 slices of that shit, man, all the injection, phosphates, all that stuff, it's just not good. You just gotta have that one piece and pop, that one pop.
Trumpet,
I don't know how they can eat 2 slices of that stuff, but
competition barbecue is meant for small quantities because it's just so rich. It's just so powerful, man.
Yeah, it's very overpowering. Exactly.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Folks, once again, if you haven't yet checked out Double D's channel, Daddy Dutch, you need to. Awesome videos, man. And then you need to check out Chef Johnny's channel. Again, awesome content. I do a lot. I watch every last video that these gentlemen put out, man. Hey, it has been a great hour and a half, folks. It's been a great hour and a half.
It's hard to believe it's been an hour and a half, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Papa, man, it was an absolute pleasure. We love it. Don't be a stranger at cook-offs, man. And I hate to say it, but I'm one of those individuals where if I do not run into you in rapid succession, in a couple of weeks, I cannot put names and faces together, man. I'm one of those. I'm very bad at it. So if I don't recognize you the next time we meet, it's not intentional. Don't take slight. I am just bad that way. Yeah, I am just bad that way. We want. Let's see. I'm gonna get to the bottom. All right. Before I go, my wife and I did our first cook-off at our local county fair last August. We entered 3 brisket, ribs, chicken, pork. Took first. Good Lord, he almost ran. He almost ran the full Monty on those foods. All right. Nice job, Buzz. Yeah, nice job.
Well, hey, I saw a guy I think was first chicken, first ribs, second brisket, if I remember, in IBCA.
Yeah.
That Tom's a mean cook. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Hey, man, every once in a while somebody has one of those days, man. And that is what is awesome about this hobby. That on any given weekend, man, anybody can do it. Any given weekend, anybody can do it. All right.
This cook-off this weekend, Texas Trophy Hunter, has always been one of my favorites. Actually, that was my second cook-off of 7 years ago that I started. I remember that day. I got final table, man. I started running. So they called my number, final table. Shit, I didn't know nothing about that. I started running, and Joe Castillo was like, "Hey, no, chill out, man. This is final table." Like, fuck. So,
yeah.
So I come back. And then over the years, I finished third overall. A couple of years later, after behind Craig and Darwin, and that's pretty cool, man. That was like maybe 6 years ago, and then 3 years ago, 2019, we reserved grand champion. So I'm after that GC this weekend. We'll see.
I was up at Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop this morning, and of course Brian's getting ready for it, and there was a couple of other guys come waltzing in, getting ready for trophy hunters. While I was there at the shop this morning,
I ordered some stuff from Brian. He should be taking it over.
Okay, sweet. Man, hey, this is a comment right here, man. Smoking Joe, that just hits home so hard. Comps are one home. You attend comps to collect the trophies, and a lot of cooks, man, don't realize that. A lot of cooks don't realize that your comp starts a month before your before that cook-off date, man. With meat shopping. I've said in the past where if you're shopping for competition meats the week of your comp, you're behind the power curve. You're going to end up having to settle at some point. Man, you need to have those meats on hand to where, this is the brisket. I'm going to save it. I don't want to go looking for a brisket the week of, because at some point I have to stop looking and select one. So you're going to end up settling. So Joe is absolutely correct, man. It starts at home. It starts at home.
Go ahead, Tom.
This brisket I'm cooking this weekend is one that I was going to cook in Uvalde. Brisket Ranch. What was that? December 15th?
That was December.
Yeah,
December.
So I did my almost 4 weeks on this brisket, and I put it in the freezer. So it should be a good one. And by the way, Joe, Smoking Joe, man, congratulations on that nice pitch you got, man. That's
pretty, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. That's an awesome pit. Sweet.
And
one thing that I do is I don't cook off that much anymore. But still, I catch myself because we're cooking ribs all the time, so I buy them a case at a time. And when I get that case, I open it up and I start looking. I start looking for them straight bones, right? And I'll go through there, and my son will be, "What you doing?" I say, "I'm gonna save this one just in case I go to a cook-off, and I'll tuck it away, and keep it." So I've always got some ribs there at the house, and I try to every time I open up a case. I look at them, and I always catch myself doing, even though I don't do it much anymore. I got some just in case I get a chance to go to a little cook-off. I got some decent ribs.
Yeah,
Chef, I did the same thing tonight because I got some St. Louis cut Smithfield extra meaty, and I was going through the freezer it's about 4 hours ago now, and I was looking, I was like, I caught myself flipping each rack over. I'm like, that's a competition rack. That's this one I can play around with at home. And I catch myself doing it with pork butt too.
Yeah.
Because I'll flip it over and that's a nice money muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about, you were talking about coming down. I figured out how we can save money, Kent. With everybody declaring what they are these days, you come down for the cook-off, we'll tell them you're my spouse, and we'll get in for the spouse charge for you.
I guarantee you what, I better shave my legs if I got to put on a dress or a skirt. I'll make CJ, we show up like that, we're going to make CJ's beard fall out.
Hey, on that note, man. Hey, thank you, Buzz. Hey, I agree with Buzz, man. Gentlemen, it has been an awesome evening, man. Absolutely, Mom and Papa Joe, we absolutely appreciate you guys hanging out with us for a little bit. Tom, thank you for stopping in. Glad you took a break from that prep. Wish you nothing but luck this weekend. Mom and I might stop in, man, and hang out for a little bit. We're not sure just yet. Man, it's been a pleasure. Folks, in the chat, we appreciate you guys hanging out, man. And as usual, be on the lookout for another Mom and Papa Joe video next week. And of course, our regular scheduled Thursday live stream. I want y'all to be safe. Take care of each other, man. Have a great evening. Finish your Friday and enjoy your weekend. Holler at us.
Peace.
Everybody take care.
Sir.